Hello everyone, we are from Book 5 and this time we are going to share our English lesson plan for vocational high school grade 11. Our focus skill is speaking and the topic we choose is job interview simulation. This lesson applies the deep learning approach which helps students think critically, communicate effectively and connect their learning to real life situation. Okay, before we start, let me introduce our member. First one is Sahda,
Hello.
and the next one is Dwi Arya.
Hello.
The next one is Arfani,
Hello.
and the next one is me, Darma, and the last one is Harun.
Hello. Here is our lesson identity. This lesson is designed for 11th grade students in senior high school and focusing on the speaking skill. The topic we chose is a job interview simulation, and the total duration is about 45 to 50 minutes. And we will apply the role-play simulation technique because it will let students experience a real-life context, like practicing how to speak, how to respond, and how to behave during a job interview. Through this activity, they don't just memorize expressions, but develop communication skills and self-confidence that are useful even outside the classroom.
We have three main learning objectives. First, students will be able to use appropriate job interview expressions such as greetings, introductions, and polite responses. Second, students will practice speaking confidently and fluently during the simulation. And third, they will reflect on how these interview skills can be useful in their real life, especially when applying for a job or scholarship interview later on.
First one is the pre-activity, which lasts for 10 minutes. Students will begin by watching a short video of a job interview to observe how the applicants communicate and behave. After watching, they will discuss what makes someone appear confident and professional during an interview. The second one is wild activity, which lasts for 25 minutes. Next, students will work in pairs to create and perform their own job interview dialogues. The teacher will provide some sample questions for guidance, but students are encouraged to be creative and imagine realistic job scenarios. All pairs will then perform their interviews in group of the class. The third one is post-activity, which lasts about 10 minutes. Finally, the teacher and classmates will provide constructive feedback on the performances. Students will also take a few minutes to reflect on what they have learned from the activity and how they can improve in future interviews.
Okay, next let's look at the media and deep learning elements. For media and technology, we use a YouTube video to introduce the topic. Google Docs or Hangouts for preparing scripts, and a smartphone for recording. The group can also use Canva or CapCut to edit their final video. As for deep learning, this lesson includes several important elements. The first one is critical thinking, that the students analyze real interview examples. And the second one is creativity, they design their own dialogue. And next is collaboration, they work together in pairs or groups. Next, communication, that they express their ideas clearly. The last one is reflection, they discuss what they learn. And finally, real-life connection, because job interview are real experiences students will face after graduation.
So, to wrap up, the job interview learning activity helps students learn English in a real and meaningful way. It is not just about grammar or vocabulary, it is about expressing ideas clearly and confidently. Through this activity, students develop important skills like critical thinking, communication, and creativity. It also helps them connect classroom learning with the real-life situation, preparing them for future interviews or professional experiences. That's what the deep learning is all about, understanding deeply, reflecting on what we learn, and applying it beyond the classroom. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and see you next time.